Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Some of you new people think that we're in some sort of wrestling boom right now. You got AEW, you got WWE, TNA is doing much better these days. They done completely gutted New Japan. And then you got some other indie places that's running rampant right now. The stars are extremely talented, or should I say the talent is very talented. There's a lot of young guys that are coming up that look phenomenal. Let me tell you where all of you seem to be going wrong. None of them can freaking draw. None of them. None of them can draw. Let's take The Rock away from this entire conversation. I'm going to try my best to not bring him up as an example in this video. You have Roman Reigns, and quite honestly, this may, I don't know if this is going to be an overstatement or not. I personally don't think this is an overstatement. Roman Reigns is the only draw in the wrestling world today. He's the only person that can draw. Let's think about it. We're not going to include TNA because, come on. We're not looking overseas because, come on. We're looking at AEW and we're going to look at WWE, the top two companies in the world today. Let's look at the top stars. Cody. As much as you guys like him, he's not a top draw. He's not a draw. He's not popping a number. He's not people aren't saying, oh, wow, Cody's on TV. Let's turn to Raw or let's turn to SmackDown because Cody's on. It's not happening. Seth Rollins, same thing. These guys are like, okay, if they happen to appear on the show, cool. If not, it doesn't even matter. CM Punk's a draw. CM Punk can pop a rating. I do, however, think that he's one of those novelty guys in which the novelty can wear off after a while, but he knows how to pick and choose his spots. He doesn't want to be on TV all the time, and that's intelligent. It's a very intelligent veteran right there. Let's look at the women. Charlotte, she's not a... All right, none of the women in WWE are a draw. Becky, none of them are a draw. So let's just get them completely out of here. And there's a reason why I'm talking about draws first. Not your women's, not your mother's. Just, you get it. Let's go to AEW. Let's look at who they just signed. You got Sasha. Well, we saw what happened with that, with the Mercedes Moné. All that money for what? All that. Where's my notebook? Where's my notebook? I told y'all I got notes. Where's my notebook? Right here. I got notes, and this ain't even for this video. This is for a completely different video. We got Sasha Banks, 801,000 viewers average, up 3% for all that money. Let me open that book back up. Hold up. Got me fucked up. We got Okada, another guy that they signed, 779,000, down 5% from the week before. We got Ospreay, same week, 779,000, down 5 for the week before. Right? They just brought them in. And Tony Khan's one of them guys where let's create hype so that we could pop a number. It ain't work. Kenny Omega's their draw? People been stopped checking for him. Daniel Bryan, it hurts my soul to say this, but they can't pop a number with Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, they can't do it. Moxley? No. They done killed anybody who had buzz in there. They've completely, I don't want to say watered down is wrong because they didn't water it down. They oversaturated their product. Jericho, the ratings god or whatever he called himself, with the ratings champ, whatever that was. He damn sure can't pop a number. Who else they got in there? The Bucks? Hangman Payton. No, none of these people can pop a number. Right? So when you got guys that can't pop a number and they can't draw, how do we have a wrestling boom? How do we have a wrestling renaissance? Things are different today in the wrestling world. Yeah, sure. And a lot of you guys want to say, well, ratings don't really matter as much because people aren't really watching on TV anymore. We got subscription services and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, I agree with you. Well, let's look at attendance. Yeah, let's look at attendances. WWE is doing good business with attendance. AEW, on the other hand, not so well. And I think that we have something to blame for this, and it is the talent. It's the talent. More people are invested in wrestlers that have talent rather than in wrestlers that know how to get themselves over. I knew I said I would try not to use his name, so just excuse me on this one. But let's look at The Rock. Let's look at Austin. Let's look at Hogan. 3 of the biggest names in wrestling history. They're going on your Mount Rushmore for booming business. Would you say that they were the best wrestlers in the world? Would you even say that they were the best wrestlers in the world at their time? In their heyday? In their prime? Answer's no. It wasn't about talent. Granted, they were talented, but in different ways. They knew how to get over. They knew how to be larger than life. All these flips and kicks and high flying, fast motion, TikTok, highlight reel, all of that stuff is cool for the gram. It's not cool for business. There's no staying power in that. So while all these guys can be talented, they put too much emphasis and onus on the talent rather than becoming a larger than life character. That's where everything, I don't even know what the heck made me just start recording this video. What did I see? I don't know what I saw. Did I see something on Twitter that just triggered this? I don't know I don't know where this came from. Which means I'm sure I've gotten completely off topic. I've lost the topic, but I'm here now. Talent in wrestling is great for the mid card. If you have someone that can be talented and that can be a character, you have Kurt Angle. You have Shawn Michaels. And those are guys that you can build your company around. But what if you just got guys that have talent but no character? Not something that can draw, but they're talented as hell and you love to watch them. You have AEW, which fits a niche audience. If you look at WWE's product today, would you say that they're putting on 5-star masterclass matches? No. But they're still drawing at a higher clip. They're still filling up stadiums. They're still filling up arenas on a regular basis. Why? Do you want to say it's because of the brand, because it's WWE? Can't be that, because business was down not too long ago. Business was looking real bad not too long ago. So what is it? They focus on the character. People connect to the character. And when you connect to the character, you want to see what that character's going through. What's the story that character's going through, and can you relate to it? What's going to connect you to that character? How many people are going to connect to a character because they did a Canadian destroyer or 3 cartwheels and a kick to the chin, or a guy like Brian Cage losing to a girl? Like, what? How do we connect here? What stars do we have? And let's take this away from AEW. We could even talk about WWE on this. What stars do we have where we could say, man, I don't want to go anywhere near that dude. He'll bust my ass. Pause. It crack my muffet. I don't want nothing to do with that dude. I'm scared of him. See, because you can have those characters like a Wardlow. You could have those characters like a Karrion Kross, and because you drop the ball with them, because you want to look at the guys that are talented with no personality, no character, no charisma, but they can flip and fly and move really fast, and they can bleed. For some reason, the hardcores get more invested in them, and I don't blame them. They get invested in what you want to get invested in. However, you're never going to connect to a wider audience, and you'll never bring in new viewership if the rest of the world can't find anything to connect with. So keep flipping, keep diving, keep trying to commit suicide on your programming. It has its place. It's a niche. And once people get their fill, there's nothing that's bringing them back. And that right there is what's wrong with today's wrestling. There's nothing that brings people back. To be honest with you, I'm astonished that WWE continuously sells out. I don't know how they do it, because that's what it was that I wanted to talk about. Their shows are boring as hell. Once the guy at the top is done with their segment, the rest of the show completely sucks. Completely sucks. It happens in AEW. It happens on WWE. When the person who's the top guy is done with their segment, it's over. You can turn the TV off. You can turn your computer off. You can turn the stream off. You can turn your phone off. Whatever device you're watching on, you can turn it off, because the rest of the show is going to be complete and utter ass. Ass. A 2-pack of ass. You could bet on that. It's trash. I don't know how WWE's filling these arenas with this trash. People got to be bored watching this shit. It's garbage. It's garbage because it's I don't even want to call them mid-carders. It's a bunch of underneath guys and a bunch of guys that have no real direction, that's getting shoehorned into a match last minute before pay-per-view, or they want to heat somebody up, so they'll heat them up a week or two before the pay-per-view and then do absolutely nothing with them afterwards. You can't get behind any of that stuff. However, it's trash. It's absolutely trash. And at what point, and I'm talking about WWE, because I don't even watch AEW like that. I'd be lucky if I catch one highlight a week from AEW. So I'm talking purely about WWE with all of this. How do they get away with this? How do they do it? Because it's just not good. It's just not engaging. They're not building people up for sustained runs. Like I said, they'll build somebody up for a pay-per-view and then they drop them. Nothing is sustained. It's honestly really, really hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. And it's why I had to take steps back from viewing wrestling. Now, forget about covering it. Viewing it is hard. I don't see how you guys say that this is a boom period of wrestling. Maybe I just like watching stuff in 1.5 times speed, because that's pretty much all wrestling is today.